If a killer could carve fear into a whole city without ever signing a name, would you call it one man with a surgeon's calm, or a pattern the streets learn to repeat? Before we start, drop your first instinct, single butcher or many, and see if it survives the next 3 minutes. Cleveland, mid-Great Depression, along the ravine called Kingsbury Run, where the tracks and the shanties met. Police find a torso that should have had a head and a name, and instead has neither. And then, in the months that follow, more bodies appear in lots and gulches and by the bridges, most of the victims drifters living on the edges of work and weather, all cut with a chilling precision that turns every recovery into the same riddle. How do you identify someone when the parts that help you speak are missing? The pattern hardens into a ritual that feels practiced. Limbs removed clean, heads often never found, clothing stripped, fingerprints erased by time and fire and water. And as fear climbs the hill into downtown, the city's safety director, Elliot Ness, steps in with a mandate and a temper, sending raids through the hobo jungles, burning shanties in the night in a bid to flush the butcher from the brush. A dramatic answer that quiets some corners and angers others, but never quite catches the shadow it's aimed at. Here's the first open loop. Investigators develop a prime suspect, a surgeon named Dr. Francis Sweeney, whose life carries both medical skill and personal turmoil. A man questioned hard who reportedly stumbles on lie detectors and slips away on technicalities, protected by status and silence. Some detectives whisper that the letters that taunted the investigation point his way. Others warn that taunts come easy when a city is frightened, and what you can prove is not the same as what everyone thinks they know. Years pass, and the count settles. 12 victims most agree on, perhaps more if you draw the circle wider. And still the same split remains. Either a lone offender learned the terrain and the habits of people least likely to be searched for, or several hands mimicked one another until a legend got blamed for everything left in the weeds. If the truth is one man, he knew how to move quickly with a sharp blade and a colder plan, and if it's many, the butcher is really a mask the era wore. So tell me which detail decides it for you. The surgical cuts, the missing heads, the raids that scorched the shanties, or a suspect who was close enough to touch and still untouchable. Share this with the friend who always spots the one fact everyone else misses, and watch our full Caseboard daily breakdown where we map each discovery site, test the Sweeney theory against the file, and ask whether the Mad Butcher was a single name, or a story Cleveland told itself to survive the dark.